going to be making some fish tacos. So tell us a little bit about what you're going to be putting in there. This looks fabulous to me. I would love to be able to do this, but that's where we have Chef Luke here. So tell us a little bit about your fish tacos.
So basically we're going to start with like the tilapia. I got a half a pound of tilapia here. Yeah. We'll season it with a mixture of coriander, cumin, and chili powder, sorry. And then the little different take on it, what we'll do is we'll do Bibb lettuce, which you'll use in place of your tortillas, so you don't have to eat the flour or the corn tortillas. Right. So it's a little bit lighter, it's nicer. And then we'll finish it with pico de gallo, which is basically tomatoes, jalapenos, garlic, cilantro, and onion. And then some lime juice. So, I mean, we can season the fish up.
Sorry, are you going to be doing the, using the salt? Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because that looks like different salt than we have in our house.
Yeah, so basically I get, the salt I get is from a company called Jacobsen Salt Company. It's in Oregon. They make all their own salts. This is basically just kosher sea salt. They make a bunch of different kinds, a bunch of different flavors. I've used a lot of different salt, and this is by far the best. And it's just, you can tell it's bigger crystals.
What flavors do they come in?
They make like a vanilla bean salt, a coffee salt. They make rosemary salt. They make, I think they have like 15 or 20 different kinds. They make like a habanero salt.
That sounds great.
Yeah, a big variety of things, which is nice. It's a good variety of things.
Wonderful.
So the salt, the tilapia, I'll just put a little bit of salt and a little bit of the mixture of the spices.
So you're just putting it on?
Yep, just putting it on, yep. And then we'll just flip over and do the same thing on the other side. Just want to get, just want to get the flavor in there. And then for the pico de gallo, I've already started it. It's got tomatoes, garlic, jalapenos in it. Basically, we just got to finish it with cilantro, lime juice, and then red onion.
Wonderful.
So
why do you use red onion versus a yellow onion?
I just think it's got a better flavor.
Okay.
To me, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of onions either, but onions cooked in something or like the pico I can have, but as far as like onions by themselves, I think red onions to me are just taste better.
They're better for the pico?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Combining all the flavors.
Yeah. I'll add a little bit of cilantro, a couple tablespoons of cilantro, then a squeeze of about quarter lime.
Ooh, that's so good.
Then you can also add a little bit of salt to this too.
Oh yes, we love salt. So tell me a little bit about how long does it take to kind of prep for this? If you were to prep and gonna make this every day.
This is also a really fast one too, because you're basically dicing up a tomato, dicing up an onion, jalapeno. If you don't like spice, you don't have to put jalapeno in it. But the pico is easy, the fish is obviously easy, and your lettuce is ready to go. So basically just maybe 10-15 minutes of prep at the max.
Perfect.
And then with the fish, with the tilapia for how thin it is, it doesn't take that long to cook either. So
let me ask you this, for people that don't like fish, would they be able to use chicken like as a substitute?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Luke, now that we're at the stove, can you tell me a little bit about what you did to prep this in order to...
Yep, so basically I cut the tilapia down a little bit just so it'd cook a little bit faster in the pan, just to make the video shorter, which is weird because we have such a great angle. I figured we'd want it longer.
Yes.
So get the pan nice and hot, add your oil and your fish.
Ooh, that looks good. So why would you pick this versus baking it? Or can you bake it as well?
Yep, you can bake it as well. It's it's faster in the pan, because once it cooks on both sides, you can just kind of, like ground beef or ground chicken, you can just cut it up a little bit, break it up so it'll cook faster too.
Oh, great.
So it's just, you want to cook both sides a little bit so it cooks a little bit, and then it should start flaking out and then cook a lot faster.
Perfect.
You can see it getting white.
Yeah, that definitely saves time then. If
Yeah.
you're not having to bake it.
Yeah, I mean, baking's nice, then you can just throw it in the oven, you don't have to add oil or anything like that. But
right, exactly. Okay. How long would it take if you were going to bake it?
Probably bake it at like 350. It'd probably take about 15 minutes. depending on the thickness of the fish, 10 to 15
Perfect.
minutes. Whereas here, like,
Yeah, what does this take?
5-6 minutes, because you see that's already starting to break
Oh,
up.
that's great. Yeah.
So that'll,
Almost like eggs.
yeah.
Okay.
So like all this stuff that's already broken up will already start cooking a lot faster.
Oh, that was great.
Whereas the thicker chunks are still need a little bit more time.
Yum. What kind of temperature do you have this on?
Usually a high, and then if you just keep moving it and you have your oil on it, it shouldn't burn. Shouldn't have a problem with that. Then you can do this too, like, again, like we said earlier, if you don't like the fish, or you can use a different type of fish. You can do any type of fish you want, basically. And then if you want to do...
whitefish is better for tacos, right?
Yep,
okay.
yep.
When they do them in restaurants, usually it's whitefish.
Yep, like cod. Cod's a very popular one.
Okay.
But tilapia works, cod works. And then like we could use ground turkey, ground chicken as well if you didn't like the fish option.
Perfect. Yeah, that's
So
pretty quick.
Yeah, this is almost done.
Yay. So that spatula, what's the difference between that versus
So this is basically a heat-resistant spatula, so the rubber on it won't melt. It goes up to 500 degrees.
Oh, very
So you can use it in a hot pan, whereas if you just use your typical spatula you get, it'll probably melt when you're trying to cook.
Okay, heat resistant
Yeah.
spatula then.
And we're all good here. Bring it over and plate it up. So like we said, we started with the lettuce wraps, so you just pull 3-4 off of there.
So what kind of servings are we looking at again here? Well, I suppose it depends on how much you're going to use. But
Yeah, it depends on how much. Like the fish, we started with 8 ounces.
8 ounces, okay.
So that can,
Maybe 2 servings?
yeah, 2 servings should be a good number.
Okay, so you're putting those in the lettuce.
Yep.
Okay.
Put in the lettuce and we'll top it with the pico.
Yum. So that's, again, the garlic and
Garlic, tomato, onion, jalapeno, and lime juice.
lime juice. Okay.
And we also have extra cilantro we can add to it. And if you have extra as well, since we have some extra avocado, you can also do avocado slice.
Ooh, yum. I like that idea.
And if you like more lime, good to go.
Looks great. I think I'm going to have to try one. Let me try it. Okay. Ooh, that looks so good. Mmm. Ooh, the best tacos I've ever had.